Alright, hi everyone, I'm Saba, and I'm going to be telling you how you can be the star of your show. So, let's talk about one of the most historic things that happened this year. FIFA World Cup 2014, Brazil versus Germany. Brazil faced Germany in what ended up being one of their, actually the most disappointing defeat they have ever had in their entire football history, with seven goals against one. So Brazil was one of the favorite teams to win the cup, and they also had home advantage. So what went wrong? Later analyses showed that one of the major contributions to their defeat was the last-minute change of plans by their coach Scolari. What actually happened that their lineup changed at 11 p.m. on Wednesday, which was 6 hours before the game was about to begin. And the lineup was the one that they never played with, not even during their training. So what this left them was in an unprepared state, and when they went out on the field and faced the cheering and loud crowd, that even increased the pressure to win, and the result was what their fans and themselves would never be able to forget, including myself. So performing in front of an audience can be a challenging task, and the idea that the presence of other people can affect your performance is what is called social facilitation in psychology. So throughout your career, whether you're playing a sport, whether you're doing a dance performance, or whether you're giving a speech or a lecture, there will be a time when you have to give your best in front of an audience, like I am right now. So I have a magical solution that will make you all instant best performers out there. Well, no, I lied. It's actually a very simple thing, and you all probably know it already. It's practice. As intuitive as it may sound, a lot of us fall short of implementing this when it comes to actually preparing for a performance. So hopefully after what I will tell you how practice helps you, this will change and you will take it more seriously next time. All right, so according to Robert Zion, a psychologist, when you're in the presence of other people, it increases your arousal, and how this arousal helps or affects your performance depends on the complexity of the task. So for example, if you have a simple task, for example, reading ABC, which is hopefully simple, you will perform great in front of audience. But if you have a complex task, for example, a wizard's chess, when unfortunately you're not a wizard or a witch, that could make your performance even worse in front of a crowd. So let's see what happens in your brain when you practice then. So first of all, a little Neuroscience 101. Neurons are specialized cells that transmit information from your brain to the rest of your body through electrical and chemical signals. So research has shown that in two different regions of the brain, it's the left dorsolateral prefrontal cortex and the right superior parietal cortex. These are regions of the brain that are involved in different cognitive and spatial tasks. They have shown that activity in these brain regions decrease after practice. So what this means is that after practice, your brain requires less neurons to fire, and as a result, you can use those energy in your brain for other tasks, and so the efficiency and the neural pathways increases after practice. Also, different brain regions are active when you're performing a practice task versus a novel task. So at first, when you're doing a novel task, which is completely new, three areas of the brain are particularly active. That's the anterior cingulate, the left prefrontal cortex, and the right cerebellum. After practice, activities in these regions decrease, but it's followed by an increase in another region of the brain, which is the sylvian insular cortex. So what this means, what we can interpret from this data, is that your brain has a special region that stores associations and connections that you make during practice. And so later on, when you're performing the same task again, your brain uses these connections and associations and allows for higher processing speed, speed of processing, and better accuracy and better efficiency overall. So when you put less demand on the control and attention pathways in your brain, you can now have, from a cognitive perspective, you can have more attentional resources available that you can invest in other things during your performance, for example, interacting more with the audience. So basically, this tells you that your brain is equipped with tools that help you perform better. You just need to put them to use through practicing. So overall, practice will help you to use your crowd's energy in your favor, which I'm doing right now, hopefully. And it causes changes in the neural pathways in your brain and the functional organization of your brain. And also, it leaves you for with more attentional resources that you can use elsewhere. So now that you know how practice helps you, the next time you're the seeker in a Quidditch game, for example, you know exactly how to use the audience in your favor. And through practice, you can leave them with an unforgettable experience, hopefully in a positive way. Hopefully in a positive way. As Steve Ballesteros, a Spanish golfer, said, to give yourself the best chance of playing at your full potential, you must be prepared for every eventuality, which is practice. Thank you.